we can look into the eyes of our children, our grandchildren, and we can finally tell them that we have joined hands to bequeath a more habitable world.
It is an agreement of solidarity with the most vulnerable. It is an agreement of long-term vision.
Of all the US states, very few have started to transform their economy in a way that would keep climate change at bay. One of the states taking bold climate action is New York.
The problem of climate change is finally being recognized by most world leaders anyway.
Thomas Edison built the world's first electrical grid in New York in 1882.
This system has served us well for over a century, but not without issues. The system is too dirty. There's too much energy wasted. When extreme weather strikes, breakdowns can leave you without power when you need it most, and our bills are too high.
Now Governor Cuomo's administration wants to update the 130-year-old system with a new energy policy called Reforming the Energy Vision.
Let's become the international capital for clean and green energy products.
We aim to do better by using every instrument that the government can use and every instrument that the government can mobilize.
We're retrofitting buildings to make them more efficient, installing solar panels on schools, building local wind farms, and community microgrids.
By 2030, half of New York's energy will be generated from renewable sources.
And I propose installing solar in over 150,000 homes and businesses and converting SUNY facilities to renewable energy by the year 2020. We can do it, and we should.
Yet, New York's energy transition is much older than the new energy policy. The change started on the grassroots level.
We started this project from scratch in 1991 with the vision of having a powerful example that would inspire people to make changes in their own lives, in their own communities, neighborhoods, cities. They were planning to put 150 houses on the 175 acres on 1 acre lots, and they were planning to leave 10% of the land as open space. We've chosen to do something very different with the land. We have produced 100 homes on just 15 acres of land, these 3 co-housing neighborhoods. That has allowed us to leave 90% of the land as woods, meadows, ponds, and it also allows us to have 3 organic farms. So these are all passive solar homes. They were state-of-the-art when we built them in 1996, and they have 14-foot-high glass window walls on the south side. So they let in a lot of light and a lot of heat from the sun. I could also show you, these are energy centers, these tall towers. The energy center is a part of our mini district heating system. So in this neighborhood, we have 30 homes that are tied together underground through large diameter pipes to an energy center, which supplies all the heat and hot water for 8 units.
What's the source of the heat?
It's natural gas. So it's a boiler, a very efficient boiler using natural gas. In the third neighborhood here, we chose not to use natural gas. It was a moral choice. So we decided to just use electricity to heat the homes and light the homes and heat the hot water. And we're using as much solar power as possible. So we also have PV panels on the roofs, and we're doing solar thermal hot water.
Being able to live in an energy efficient building where it challenges me to constantly to try to use less and less, just because you're in that environment and it's supported here, makes it really a valuable thing in my life.
The government can be a leader and a really central partner in helping everybody solve the problems. We talk about the public dollar as a bridge, because it gets us from here, where we don't have the situation we want, across the valley to there, where we have everybody doing this. Of course, you should have solar on your roof. Why don't, I mean, yes, I have windows in my house, I should have solar on my roof.
The business community, for example, several Finger Lake wineries, is on board with the energy transition.
You're welcome to the RSS.
Welcome to what?
RSS.
We've been here on the farm for 5 generations, and our grandchildren are the 7th generation. At the farm, we are trying to demonstrate how sustainably we can be, and as an example for others.
A group of 4 wineries banded together, largely with the help of our daughter Suzanne, who talked to the New York State Green Bank and got bankers and wineries together, and there are 4 of us who have projects.
All of those buildings on the right, are, including the tasting room, are heated and cooled by geothermal system. In fact, we were awarded the outstanding geothermal system in New York State for the last 2 years because of this installation. We also just put in a huge solar array, 109 kilowatts, 348 panels, which will provide for most of our needs.
What does this renewable energy mean for your business?
It means that we don't have to use anywhere near as much fossil fuel, i.e. propane or heating oil. Our cost to heat and cool these buildings, just to heat them, was $10,000 to $12,000 a year with propane and heating oil. And now for about $2,000 worth of electricity, we not only heat the buildings, but we also can cool each of them in the summertime, something we weren't able to do before. And with the solar panels on the roof, the first 7 or 8 years, instead of paying the electric company $2,000 a month, we'll be paying a bank $2,000 a month for a loan to pay for the solar electric, and at the end of that period, with the exception of some maintenance, it'll be virtually free electricity for the next perhaps 30 years or more.
Kind of promote our sustainability.
Nice, very good. I like that about you guys.
So the Chardonnay's
Interesting. I don't know that much about it yet, but I think it's very interesting and probably will help us in the long run.
Yeah.
Global warming might bring major changes to winemaking and farming in general in the U.S.
The climate scientists are saying that within a generation, most of the land west of the Mississippi will not be able to grow food crops reliably because of the lack of water. And we're already seeing some of that starting on the West Coast. And we will be probably experiencing more erratic weather, but we probably will have plenty of water. And so there'll be lots of competition to grow food here in the Finger Lakes.
agreement of commitment to turn this new legal framework into the engine of safe growth for all for the rest of this century.
Push your pedal!